All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from the Scalar Learning channel. And man, it is late. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my day real quick, just to give you a heads up. Hold on, just making sure the audio is working. I always have to check this. There's one time it didn't work, and all right, yeah, there we go. All right, so we're good. And here's the dealio. It's kind of a long weekend. We got the SAT this Saturday, so there's just so many things happening. I have been so slammed. A lot of you guys, by the way, I don't think not everybody knows exactly what kind of my life, my business, and all this stuff. What my schedule's like. I want to do a week in the life, so you guys can have a little bit more of an understanding. I don't know if you're interested in that or not, but for example, I did 14 hours of tutoring yesterday. Today it was 13 hours or just under 13. I think like 12 hours and 45 minutes. So my schedule can get, and I did 10 hours on Saturday or 10 or 9. I can't remember. So it's pretty crazy. And then the only day that I have light tutoring is Friday. So it's just been crazy. People were asking, why are you doing it so late tonight? This is the only time that I could jump on and do a video. And I wanted to do a bunch of videos this week. So I figured, hey, whatever, I'll just kick it off after my last session tonight. What's up, Chris? I'll kick it off after my last session tonight. And for my international students, hopefully they'll be able to jump on and be here. And maybe some West Coast kids as well to, stay up a little late and do this. But anyways, this is going to be a relatively quick video. We're going to do a no calculator section, which is only 25 minutes. I've done this one before on the channel, so I'm kind of redoing it. I decided to choose the most recent test possible, so 2022 exams, and just burn through those again for those of you who hadn't seen it or want to see it again and want to see me just do it a second time, and join on and be live and ask questions and all that. So that's what we're going to do. I've also got an algebra video that's going to be coming out by Friday at the latest, hopefully Thursday, and that's going to be pretty awesome. I just released an entire geometry video that people have been asking for on the SAT, and that's also talks about the newer things that are being tested more frequently. So definitely make sure to check that geometry video out if you can see it. Oh, perfect, in Nigeria. So this is a good time, I suppose, for school maybe. But yeah, so you can check that geometry video. It's like one of the most recent videos I just posted, or the most recent. Anyways, without further ado, guys, I'm going to jump in to this video because it's late and I've been working all day. And that's it. We're going to get down to it, especially for those of you guys who are staying up late. So I'll answer questions at the end. And yeah, so system of equations, for the ones that I do, like this is a system of, no, this isn't actually, because you don't have to solve it. But I will show you a bunch of different ways. I'll explain it as we go. We're going to start the timer. We're going to do this in real time. Won't be for the first time because I've done it before. And but we're going to do it and just take it as if I'm taking it for real, and that's it. By the way, I am taking the SAT this weekend, so it's just super cool. So I'm excited about that, and I'll obviously make a little vlog video and detail that whole experience. We'll do a live score reveal, and that will be fun. So here we go, my friends. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. In 1884 U.S. presidential election, candidates James Blaine and Grover Cleveland received a total of 401 college votes. The number of electoral votes Blaine received, B, was 37 fewer than the number that Cleveland received, C. So B is, 37 fewer, than C. So there's our relationship. So for example, that's 137, that'd be 100, right? Okay, so there's which system of equations represents the situation. So again, we can say so James Blaine, they received a total together of 401 votes. So that eliminates A and B. And then we've got this thing, which is B. I said B equals C minus 37, which is C. That is wrong. It would be C equals B plus 37, but they don't have that, so C is the winner. Number 2. All right, let's solve. So we're going to bring the variables together, subtract 2p, subtract 2p. So that cancels out. So I have 6 equals 8 plus 5p. We're going to subtract 8, subtract 8. We got negative 2 equals 5p. Divide by 5, divide by 5. Negative 2/5 is the winner. We're just going to double check, make sure that's right. Plug it back in. That's negative 4/5 plus 6 equals 8 plus 7 times that is negative 14/5. I'll add 14/5 to that side. That's 10/5, which is 2 plus 6 is 8. Boom, checked, done. Number 3, which of the following could represent the graph of the linear equation y equals mx plus b? 3, where m is a positive constant, meaning slope is positive. That's a negative slope. Negative slope. Positive slope, that looks good as a y-intercept of 3. That's what that is. So I would say C is probably right. This has a negative y-intercept below the x-axis, so that is out. C is the winner. Boom, done. Number 4. The equation, this thing relates to positive blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is a isolating quantities. We don't even have to read anything, so we're going to isolate h. So we're going to square both sides to get rid of the radical. Y squared equals hg over x. Multiply both sides by x. Xy squared equals hg. Last but not least, we're going to divide both sides by g. Boom, boom. And we get xy squared over g, which is d. Done. Let me just make sure I didn't make a mistake. Y squared times x divided by g. Yes. 5, if x is a solution to the given equation, what is a possible value of x minus 1? Look, I mean, there's two, like, you don't even have to do anything here because x minus 1 can either be 8 or negative 8, right? Because that they're not asking for x, they're asking for x minus 1. So don't get fooled and choose something like crazy. Well, none of these actually even work for x either because x is 9 or negative 7. But anyways, x minus 1 can be 8 or negative 8. Negative 8 is there. Boom, done. 6. The graph of the linear function f is shown. Which following equation defines f? So watch this. I'm not even going to look at the choices. I'm going to create it from scratch. F of x equals, we got a y-intercept of negative 8, and then we got a slope of up 6 over 4. Make sure to watch the markings, right? Negative 8 to negative 2 is 6, then over 4. So 6 over 4 is 3 over 2 if we simplify it. And there's our equation. So 3/2 x minus 8. Look at that. A is the winner. Just going to double check. Plug in 0, we get negative 8. That matches up. Plug in 4, we get 12 over 2, which is 6. 6 minus 8 is negative 2. That matches both points. Double verified. Done. 7, Research Institute conducted a phone mail survey. The total cost of conducting these surveys was $5,000. The line shown models the possible combinations of phone. Like, these type of questions keep coming up, so watch out for these, and I'm going to show you how to attack it. What is the cost for each phone survey? So we're talking about phone surveys. So I'm immediately going to the point where it zeroes out because I know the total cost is $5,000, right? So that means when I have no mail surveys and I'm only paying for phone surveys, that's going to cover the entire $5,000 cost. Meaning, to get the cost of one, I take the total cost of $5,000 and I divide it up between those 125 phone surveys. And this looks hard on the calculator section, but it's actually not that bad because watch. I mean, on the no calculator section, it's not that bad because 4 times that is exactly 500, right? 400 plus 100, and we got 40. So it's $40. C is the winner. Done. Sorry, my neck's hurting. 8. Which expression is equivalent? Okay, distribute the negative. Boom, boom, boom. We got negative 2x cubed. Whoops. Sorry. I'm all out of whack. So tired. Negative 2x minus 1. And then we got 5x cubed because that's going to just be combined with that to negative 2x plus 1. Just match it up so it's lined up nicely. Those cancels out. So those cancel out. So no constant. So that's out. And then this would combine to 3x cubed. This would combine to negative 4x, right? Negative 2x plus negative 2x is negative 4x. C is the winner. Done. 9. Triangle ABC and triangle DEF each have, okay, so they have those angle measures, which is the following additional piece of suspicion to prove that ABC is congruent to DEF. Again, these are also new and showing up. Watch my geometry video. I'll post it in the description in the chat afterwards as soon as I'm done with this. So sufficient to prove congruence. You have to remember your theorems, angle, side, angle, right? Oh, by the way, this angle here is 110, okay? So if we can get two corresponding sides congruent, we got angle, side, angle. Done. I don't care about that because I already know those are congruent. Lengths of BC and EF. BC. This will do it. This will give me angle, side, angle, right? Or angle, angle, side. Both theorems are going to work, so that's fine. Let's look at this other one. AC and DE. So that's also sides AC and DE. The problem is they're not opposite congruent angles. They have to be corresponding, meaning they have to be opposite congruent angles. So that's why C is out. And then this obviously is wrong if B is right. Number 10, which is equivalent to this. All right, let's use our exponent rules. First, let's multiply into y to the 1/8 times y to the 9 over 8, right? When we have this parentheses, this exponent just kind of hanging out, floating outside of the parentheses, it multiplies in. Now we're multiplying the bases, which means we add those, and that becomes to the 10/8, which reduces to the 5/4, and then they put it in radical format. So the top number is the exponent, the bottom number is the root, and so A is the winner. Done. Oops. 11. What is the value of, okay, so this is where we're starting to see more unit circle type of questions. If you want to, think about it that way. You can also convert, you can do it lots of ways. So I'll show you a couple ways. So if we do have the unit circle, we do remember it, right? Here's pi fourths, here's pi halves, here's 3 pi fourths. And the coordinate there is negative rad 2 over 2, rad 2 over 2. And so sine is the y value, so it's rad 2 over 2. That's one way to do it. The other way is sometimes easier to convert it to degrees, right? So watch this. 3 pi over 4 times 180 over pi. Cancel, cancel. Divide by 4, that becomes 45. 3 times 45 is 120, 135. Okay, so there's 135 degrees. So then we're like, all right, well, I'm going to make a triangle, but I want that reference angle. Oops, that's huge. I want this reference angle in there down to 180. So 135 has a reference angle of 45. So it's like a 45, 45, 90 right triangle, right? So here's my angle. Here's my theta, if you will. And if you remember 45, 45, 90, which is given on the formula sheet, it's 1 rad 2 over 2, rad 2 over 2. And of course, this is in the second quadrant, so this value is negative. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. That again gives me the rad 2 over 2 over 1. Or sometimes you might be like, I think I can't remember how it's listed in the, what's it called? In the reference sheet. It might be, this might just say rad 2, and that might say, this might say rad 2, this might say rad 2, and then this might say 2. I don't remember, but whatever it says, then they'd be rad 2 over 2 anyway, so it's all good. That is that. Number 12. What's the graph of this equal? Which is the graph of this equation? All right. So I'm going to do a couple points. This is how I like to do it with the little table. So I know when x is 0, that's 2 to the 0th power is 1 plus 1 is 2. So we know we have 0, 2. That fits it. B does not. That's 0, 1. We need 0, 2. That's 0, 2, and that's 0, 2. Let's plug in another point. Let's plug in negative 1. So that would be 2 to the positive 1, which is 2, plus 1 is 3. So we need negative 1, 3. A works. Negative 1, 3. C is out. Negative 1, 3. Nope, D is out, so C is the winner. Now, or sorry, not C. A is the winner. If you want to just think about a straight up exponential in the transformations, normally it'd be like 2 to the x. I'm just, for people who want to know this, and then you're shifting it up by 1 with the plus 1, and that negative on the y reflects it across, on the x. I'm just not even saying stuff that's making sense right now. The negative on the x reflects it across the y-axis, so that's why it goes, flips the other way. All right. 13. 10 phlox plants were planted in a garden. The number of phlox plants increased by 140% each year. So we're turning into an exponential. So that's how you do it. You start the initial value and then that's wrong. Increasing by 140%. So that's 1 plus 1.4, which is 2.4. And then it increased each year. Oh, there's the equation, D. Now, if you didn't remember this formula, what you can do is you could be like, all right, I know that in 1 year it's going to increase by 140% of 10, which is 14. So when I plug in 1, I should be getting 24. You plug in 1 here, you get like 11.4. Here you get 24. So this, you can eliminate A but not B just yet. Here you'd get something else as well, 11.4. Okay. So then now it'd be like, all right, well, so I know year 1 is 10, year 2 is 24. What's year 3? So in year 3, again, 140%. It's a little hard to do this mentally, maybe, but that's 24 plus, what is that, 9.6, so 33.6 added on to this, which would be 57.6. Again, just approximation. So then you could be like, all right, if I plug in, what am I saying? B is out immediately from this. You plug in 2, it's 240, not 24, right? Oh, no, I was plugging in 1. Sorry. I got these. I mixed these up. Sorry. 0 is 10, 1 is 24, 2, I think, what did I say, about 57.6? But it doesn't matter. 2.4 squared, right, is about 6, okay? So 6 times 10, it's pretty close. 10 squared is 100. That's going to be like 240, so that's totally wrong. So I'm just showing you another way to approach it. Okay, 14, the complete graph of f is shown in the xy plane. What is the y-intercept, the graph of f of x plus 2? So right now, the y-intercept is here, which is 2. Just to know your transformations, when you add 2, what you're doing, like to the x, let me show you. When you add 2, you might be thinking, oh, I shifted 2 to the right. You actually go the other way. You shift it 2 to the left, okay? So then you can see the new y-intercept is at 3. I think, what else? Is there another way to do this? Let me just think for a second. I know there is, I think, oh yeah. You're just so you're trying to find the y-intercept, so you're literally just plugging in 0, and then that's still just like f of 2, and then that's the 3 value. It's the other way to think about it. Yeah, okay. 14, 15. One of the two equations in the linear system is this. The system has no solution, meaning the slopes have to be the same, that y-intercepts are different. So let's put this in a slope-intercept form. 2y equals negative 2x plus 2y divided by 2, y equals negative x plus 1. So we need the same slope of negative 1. This will have a slope of positive 1. This will have a slope of negative 1, positive 1. So it's one of these two. It's actually D, but I'm going to show you why. So let's put it in slope-intercept form. 2y equals negative 2x plus 3 divided by 2, y equals negative x plus 3 halves. So we have the same slope, different y-intercepts. D is the winner. Now, I could tell because I was just looking ahead, and I'm like, all right, if I divide by 3, I'm going to still get a y-intercept of 1. So this one would be infinite solutions, but no solution is D. All right, now we're on to the free response. Let's go. It's a value of g of 8. Function notation, plug and chug 8 into there. So I get 2 plus 8 is 10 over 8, which reduces to 5/4. Done. 17. H is defined by this. What is the slope of a line that is perp to this? So the slope here, y equals mx plus b, is negative 8. Perpendicular is the negative reciprocal, which is positive 1/8. And remember, your answers in the free response can never be negative, so that's beautiful. Boom, done. 17, 18. Solution is the order pair xy. What's the value of x? So we're solving for x, so let's eliminate y. So I'm going to multiply, I'm going to use elimination. Multiply the top by negative 3, multiply the bottom by 2, so we can add together. Check it out. Negative 3x minus 6y, right? Distribute, 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 equals negative 33. On the bottom, we have 6x plus 6y equals 48. Check this out. We add them together. Cancel. Beautiful. 6x plus negative 3x is 3x. 48 minus 33 equals 15. Divide by 3, divide by 3. And I get x equals 5 for the win. Done. Now we go on to 19. Here we go. Regular prism, 96. I remember this question. Prism, this is a hard question. Prism A is similar, proportionate, right? Where the longest side of rectangular prism A corresponds to the longest side of rectangular prism B. We get the volume. The length of the longest side of rectangular prism A is 6. What is the length in meters of the longest side of rectangular prism B? Now, just a couple ways I'm going to show this to you. Number 1, side length, we have a ratio. Area, we have another ratio. Volume, we have another ratio. Whatever the area, whatever the side length ratio is, right? The area ratio is those two values squared. Volume is those two values cubed. Now here, the ratio of the volume happens to be 96 to 12. If I divide both of these by 12, I get 8 to 1. So since this is essentially whatever is here cubed, to go backwards, I take the cube root. The cube root of 8 is 2. The cube root of 1 is 1. So the side lengths have a 2 to 1 ratio. The area has this squared 4 to 1 ratio, and the volume has 2 cubed, which is 8 to 1. So that means that if A has a side length of 6, right, B is going to be half of that, which is 3. Okay, that's one way to do it. Now, if you didn't know that rule, you can kind of figure it out still. You can be like, okay, we got a volume boom, boom, boom. And you can plug in values, okay? So check it out. Here's A, here's B. The longest side length is 6. I'm trying to find the longest side length of B. Now, I'm trying to get a volume of 96. So the way I could do it is, again, this has to be the biggest side length. So 6 times what is 96? 16. So why don't I make this a 4 by 4 by 6 prism, right? Okay, and you notice this is a 3-to-2 ratio. So it's going to have to be something like that. A 3-to-2 ratio will start with just 3-to-2 as well. Check it out. This actually works. 3 times 2 times 2 is 12. So this way, I've actually created a viable prism, rectangular prism that models what they're talking about. This also backs up the fact that 3 is the winner. 20. One solution to the given equation can be written as this, where n is a constant. What is the value of n? Immediately, we're talking about quadratic equation, and this looks like the quadratic formula, kind of, right? So let's just roll with it and assume it's not even factorable. Negative b, let's write it out. Negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. A, b, c, coefficients, let's go. Negative b, 10 plus or minus square root of b squared, which is 10 squared is 100, minus 4. A is 1, c is 14, all over 2 times 1, which is 2. Then we got 10 plus or minus. That's 100 minus 56, right? 4 times 14 is 56. 44, right? Hold on. My mind is scrambled right now. I'm literally like losing my mind. Hold on. Of course, I'm right? 9, 10, 4, 4. Yeah, okay. And then, 10 plus or minus, and then that becomes 2 rad 11 because that's 4 times 11. Square root of 4 is 2. 11 stays trapped inside. Now we can divide everything by 2. Don't just cancel, right? Divide 10 by 2 is 5. Divide 2 by 2, that's 1 rad 11. So the n value is what's left under the radical, which is 11. And we're done. 6.5 minutes to spare. Okay. Let's stop the timer. Let's grade it, and then we'll go over it. Answer some questions. I got to go to bed. And this week is there's so much happening this week. There's a huge YouTube conference this week in LA starting, well, technically tomorrow, but really on Wednesday. It's called Vid Summit. I'm so excited to go. It's like the best YouTube conference ever. And hopefully going to learn a lot. So I've got that going on as well this week. So just lots of stuff. Okay. Here we go. The red pen of justice. C, B, C, D. C, B, C, D. Then we've got A, A, C, C, A. Oops. A, C, C. 9 is B, A, C, A. B, A, C, A. 13 is D, A, D. And then 16 is 5/4. 17 is 1/8. 18 is 5. 19 is 3. And for the win, 20 is 11. Hey, we got him. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, somebody gave a donation, Overcooked Noodle. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. You're a legend, and you're very welcome. Thank you, guys. Let me see what we got here. By the way, did you guys not see the subscriber count today? I hit 60,000 subscribers, so thank you, everybody. This happened a few hours ago, which is wild. And, yeah, I don't know. I've been on YouTube since, I think, 2015, and it's incredible. It's super cool. So I'm very happy. Of course, want to keep growing, get to 100,000, obviously, and keep going. But thank you, everyone. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm just glad people are finding this stuff helpful. All right. Yeah, this is a QAS. They don't let me take non-QAS. Okay, good luck. My first time taking it. I hope you all aced it. Me too. Hey, what's up, Tina? Okay, it's doing the practice test. I wish I was that good. So you can get really, really good. Just practice, practice, practice. Okay. You can find these tests on Reddit. Just go to Reddit and search QAS. Or search Reddit QAS. Hold on. I just want to share the video with you guys that I was telling you about. And then I got to bounce. I'm dying. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. It's really, really cool. I'm super, super happy. Okay, here we go. So here's the geometry video. It came out really well. I think you guys will definitely benefit from watching it. And if you guys want to check out our video course, you can. It's in the description link below. It's $15, and you can. It's monthly, so you can sign up and then cancel immediately or keep it for 2 months. It's got 4 practice tests. It's really, really good. It's got video explanations for every question. We carefully crafted all those questions ourselves, and they're really good, and they're right on line with how the College Board writes their questions. So better than Khan Academy stuff for sure, but not, obviously not as good as the College Board stuff. That's straight from the source, right? So you always want to start there. But if you're looking for additional practice, it's pretty awesome. And the video explanations especially make it really solid. Hey, thank you, Mira. Well, you're part of that 60,000. I appreciate that. And what else? Join our Discord server too. It's free. And it's not even me that's on there so much. It's the community is what makes it special. So you can find other people to study with and do all that good stuff. Yes, those signed questions are definitely going to come. I've seen them on the last couple tests. So, I can't say anything else. I am exhausted. I've been working since 9 in the morning, and it is now 11:25. So that's about 14 and a half hours. I did take a break to work out, but that's it. So not much of a break. That's it, guys. All right, so tomorrow I'm going to do this more like a normal time, at least based on like U.S. time. And we'll do one Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'll have the big algebra video Friday. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you liked the video, please click that like button. If you want to see more from the Scalar Learning channel, make sure to click subscribe. Thank you so much.